Hi everyone, and welcome to Trades of the Week with myself, the head trader of Investment Mastery. And today we've flown in Keith Sullivan from Next Door, our amazing trader who specializes not only in IPOs but also in the crypto market, which is amazing. So we have Marcus. He's actually on holiday, a well-deserved holiday. So now we're going to change things up. So do make sure you comment below and let us know how you enjoy this new setup and the content from myself and Keith. So today we will be discussing a lot of things. Not only will we be discussing the new Delta coronavirus, how will that affect the markets and what should you be doing? How can you take advantage of it? And is the crypto market going to zero, or what is happening there? Will we see Bitcoin breaking out of that consolidation it has been in for a long time? And if it does, what are we going to do? You will find out in today's version of Trades of the Week. So I think let's get into it. So if we have a look at the trades from last week that we were in, we were locking in 1% here on ALRM. And now it came crashing down, so we took 1% profit on ALRM. So that is very, very nice. And then we have BTRS, which was also an interesting one. And we moved our stop loss down to a 2%, and it hasn't really moved since then. So it's so we're gonna move it down further basically. So I'm gonna, let's see here if we can take that down a bit more. So we can lock in maybe a little bit more than 2%. Let's see what happens, because the markets might be continuing down a bit. So now we have approximately 2.5 locked in, which is amazing as well. And then we have PCTY, also downward trend, not really doing much. It's just kind of consolidating here. It has been going up and down, but now we're seeing it's just kind of on the verge. Well, it's just moving up and down on the break-even line, all right? And you might be wondering, well, what should I do here? How should I kind of battle this? And what are these strategies you are showing? Well, actually, what we're going to do is tomorrow, the 21st of July, we're going to have a Facebook Live, okay? And all you need to do to take part of this free event we have, and myself and Keith are going to answer all of your questions about trading and investing. Then you should really join the Investment Mastery Facebook Live, which will be only on our Facebook page. So make sure you press the link here around me somewhere, and it will get you straight to it. So you join our Facebook group. You don't need to do anything else. You will see the times and everything there as well. But all you need to do there is to join it tomorrow, be in the Facebook group, and we will pop up there, which will be amazing as well. So do make sure you join it. So that's how you can learn the strategies, right? But let's move on here, because we actually made 4% profit on APPS as well. And now when Marcus is not here, I know he says, you haven't milked the cow, since we're taking us a little bit of profits here. Well, we're taking the whole thing out. But Keith, can we get a moo?
Moo.
That was actually really good. Yeah, he's been practicing. He's a lot better moo and cow than I am. So 4% profit there, which is purely amazing. And then we have XENT as well, in a slight profit there, which is great. And then MRK, also a little bit in profit. It did go down, took us in, and now it's hovering around the break-even point, or our entry point even. So if you would like to get into this, make sure you do your own research. But it does look good, I must say. It did break down below, but it never closed below. So we need to have a look here what happened and what's going to happen here. So it never closed below. We can see this green candle here, this consolidation here. So let's see what happens today. If the market does continue down today, as it were yesterday, I think this might be a really good trade. But we do need to be hedged. And then we have GOCO as well, which kind of just took us out at a 1% loss. It took us in, it's peekaboo up there, right? It just went a little bit above the entry and then down to 1% loss. So boo, not moo, but boo. So that's a bit of the update we have from last week. But now, what is happening in the market, Keith? What is happening and what can we expect now moving forward, do you think?
So I think one of the biggest areas that a lot of investors and traders have been focusing on is that Delta variant, which is going across the whole of the world. We've got it here in the UK. It's going all over Latin America and America, all over Europe. And this is a driving force which has now caused the market to have extreme fear. The reason why there is extreme fear in the market is because of the Delta variant. We are not sure if the economy is going to recover or recover at an acceptable pace in which the economists believe. So we are now seeing fear in the market, and we saw it yesterday with a couple of the major indices, your Dow Jones, your NASDAQ, your S&P 500, all having bearish moves on the day. And that is because, as Dennis is showing on the screen, there is extreme fear. And the economists are looking at three main driving forces, which they're basing on the recovery of the economy since the March drop in 2020. And that is your inflation, that is your interest rates, and also the stimulus packages. Now, the stimulus package is actually key because this is what has been holding the market up since March and has caused the big bullish recovery that we have seen. Now, it was talked about that the stimulus packages over the next few months is going to be slowed down. Okay, but now with the new Delta variant and the slowing down of the stimulus packages, we could see a bearish move in the market. So I believe the Fed are going to take a U-turn on decreasing the stimulus packages and holding it as close as it is right now to then combat the Delta variant. So that's the first bit of news and why the market could become bearish. Now, obviously, when there is extreme fear in the market, where do people go? They go over to commodities. And that leads us nicely into our second bit of news. And that is the OPEC agreement, which has basically said they're going to slow down or limit production of oil. Now, why is this so important? Because if we look back, it seems a long time ago right now, but if we look back into March 2020, we saw a massive bearish dip in oil. And this was due to something known as supply and demand. In simplest terms, it was a large amount of supply of oil, but a low amount of demand due to the economy being shut down. And as you can see on the screen now, we see that bearish move since March. Now, this was fear in the market, and OPEC is fearful that this could happen again. So what they've agreed is the limitation on production of oil. So this kind of drop doesn't happen, or it might happen, but not as sharply. And it's also creating stability within the oil market. Okay, and that's great for us because now we can be a bit more secure and happy of investing into oil as a commodity. And also we've got our gold and silver, which is classed as the safe haven for investors. So when there is fear, you see a lot of money being flowed back into your commodities. So that's the two bits of news that I've got. Now, Dennis, is there anything that you would like to add?
Yeah, it's interesting. So just to summarize what you're saying here basically is that you should be diversified. So you should be a bit in oil, maybe a bit in silver and gold, maybe in some cryptos as we are. But then when you're trading, obviously, what we're doing with the Buffalo strategy, it does not really matter, right? Because we are both long and short, and we always have a stop loss when we are trading as well. So we'll take a quick look here. I think it was brilliant, right? We just need to be hedged. And as soon and as long as we have an upward trend, I find this very interesting because last week was an all-time high in many of the indices. Well, NASDAQ predominantly, the tech is leading the charts higher. But still, we have a lot of fear in the market. So let me ask you this, Keith. What is Warren Buffett saying? When there's fear in the market, what should we be doing? Panic?
No, definitely not panic, not jump out the window. When others are fearful, we must be greedy. And this is the time for us to be greedy in both stocks, your commodities, and especially within the crypto market as well, because there is a lot of fear going around. So this is the time where we can make money. And this is where the wealthy become wealthy, basically. This is where investors become wealthy, is investing in these type of periods.
Absolutely, but we do need to use a strategy though. So once again, click the link around here to join the Facebook Live tomorrow. So join the Facebook group now as well. So let's have a look at a few new ones. So we have PGNY. This looks interesting, I think. What I do like about this, I'm going to draw this live here for you guys. What I do really like about this is that we have we have a really big green candle here, which is what I really like, but I think it just might give us a 3-to-1 here if we are very optimistic if we are looking at this latest green candle here, because it's showing us that it's going, you can see at the highs are getting higher and higher, and the lows are getting a little bit higher as well, which is great news. And I do like this big green candle yesterday, even though we had a bearish day yesterday. A lot of stocks moved down. This moved up, which shows strength. So if you get to risk reward ratio, we have this nice green candle that we're looking for. And I know, Keith, you're looking for green candles as well when we're buying. So we have one of those now, right? So if you find this a good opportunity, that would be amazing. Maybe you can place the order if you have a 3-to-1 reward risk ratio, but you might want to wait for a smaller candle so the risk reward ratio gets even better as well. So this is PGNY. So yeah, that's the first one. The second one is RCUS, Arcus. So Arcus Biosciences. This is also looking quite good, I think, right? So what, and you guys have probably guessed it now, what we're waiting for, Keith, is a
green candle. No, red candle.
A red candle. Keith is colorblind as well. So we're waiting for a red candle here. We have a green one. We do want it to go down. We have a solid risk reward ratio on this, on Arcus Biosciences. So this could be a great opportunity. We do need to be hedged, right? It doesn't matter if the market crashes, if it goes up, down, sideways, in circles, because we will make money either way, since we always have a stop loss. And we make money as it goes up and down. The last one is a horizontal one, actually. This is a nice moving buffalo here. So it is moving sideways. We might want to wait for a little bit of a smaller candle here, but I do think it looks good. So, but it is a little bit too large, this candle we had from yesterday. So hopefully we get a smaller candle today so we can get the order in, but we are watching this at the moment, okay? So do make sure you take a look at this as well. And this is actually an ETF of the Russell 2000 of the small caps. So the 2000, well, some of the most interesting small caps out there. So you get a diversified portfolio by buying this ETF. So this could be a good way to catch a bigger movement, but do make sure you get a smaller candle first. So that's really it for the Buffalo update. And now we're going to go into the crypto market. And I guess before we go into what is happening in the crypto market, let's have a look at kind of what was happening since last week. So what has been happening from last week is we're still consolidating. We see here within this region here. So if we have a look, because Bitcoin will be leading the chart here. So whatever Bitcoin does, the rest of the market will follow. So what we're seeing now, it's been going horizontal ever since May, right? Ever since May, it's been going, doing not much. It's very boring. It's like watching paint dry or grass grow, like Marcus usually says. That's how it should be. And now we're waiting. Will it break below 28,000 or will it go above? And we will discuss that today as well. What could be potential scenarios? We've heard everything. But before we go into that, we don't have any new ones actually. And you can see, if you look at Ethereum, it's going down a bit. So do make sure it's around a 58% drop. So do your own research. And if you're new to the channel, you will be able to get in a little bit better than we have. So XRP is down 70% at the moment. We can go just in a few of these. Make sure you have a look at Theta as well, down 75%, a great project. They have for streaming, right? They have the patent for streaming, digital decentralized streaming. And then you have Matic, also great projects that are supporting Ethereum, down 75%. So do make sure you look over your portfolio. We're not entering any new ones, but adding to our positions on here. Because if you think about it, and this is what's so great, I love this strategy, because if you look at it, if you invest one time over here, great, then that's your average price. But if you invest again, you bring down your average price. And now when I invested again, I bring down my average price even further. So it doesn't need to go up a lot for us to be in profit. So I'm very tempted eventually, or very excited about milking our cow in the next couple of months, hopefully. But we don't know how long it's going to take, of course. But we're very excited about this. But what is happening in the crypto market, Keith? What are you seeing here? If we head back to Bitcoin here, what are you seeing here on the chart? And what are you expecting to happen?
So right now we are in an oscillation phase. As you can see, the market since May has just been oscillating sideways, which means there is a kind of balance between our supply and demand, buyers and sellers. So it's now a very sensitive point, because if it breaks below the support that we've got drawn on the screen, we can see a bit of a bigger drop in the market. Okay, now the one thing that I would say with that is, do not be fearful of that drop. If that drop comes, I like in my head, I get the ka-ching sound, right? Because it means I've got a chance to buy cheaper coins at better prices, which means I can make a lot more returns. Okay, so if it does break below that support, please do not be scared. Please follow the approach. The strategy is then it says, buy as it falls, bring that average cost lower, because in the longer term, it's going to support you a lot better. So if we see it break below, then we may see a bit of a bearish retracement or move. If we then see the break above the resistance, then we could see the market trying to target a recovery and potentially new highs. Now, in my opinion, I think we would see a break below, okay, before looking for a recovery. So I do feel the market may break below, but we don't know, okay? It's all about the time. And the thing is, this is the beautiful thing about trading and investing and having a strategy and an approach, right? We do not need to know what's going to happen in the future. We just need to be reactive once it does what we believe it's going to do, okay? So if it goes below that the 28 level, the support level, then we know, right, this is time to follow the strategy and buy. Okay, but if we do see Bitcoin being bearish, we would potentially see a lot of the altcoins being bearish as well. So your Ethereum, your XRP, your Theta, your Chainlink, your Cardano, these type of strong fundamental coins, which have longer growth prospects, they would also have a fall. So it's another great buying opportunity and diverse your portfolio with crypto.
Yeah, absolutely. Great point, right? And what a lot of people do, right? So many people get into Bitcoin around $50,000, $60,000. And now it's like the sales on, right? It's like your best pair of shoes has finally got a 50% discount. And obviously you're going to buy. And this is what's so interesting with the mindset. This is why it's so important that you do work on your mindset, not only with trading, but with everything in your life. Because as long as you have a strategy, like Keith explained, you will be fine. You know, okay, if it goes down, I do this. If it goes up, I will do this. But you need to know that beforehand. What a lot of people do is around this point up here, they go, okay, you know what? I'm going to mortgage my house, put everything on. But that's gambling. You need to use a strategy. Very important. So we're using the CCA and the small cap strategy. So we're getting in there. When it's falling, we are super happy. Yeah, our accounts are down. But that's fine because we are in this for the long term, and but we have money, so we're able to get in as it goes down. A lot of people are asking us when it just went up and up and up, should we just get in? But should we get in like at a 2% drop because it never really drops? We said, no, just wait, because the price will always come to you. Okay, very important. And don't forget as well that we are making profits on the buffaloes. That's why it's so important to diversify. All right, very important. So there's a couple of things happening in the crypto market as well. Number one, Square, the Square Inc., right? One of the biggest companies when it comes to cryptos, companies, like public companies. They have announced that they're going to create a DeFi, right? A DeFi network, DeFi area for Square, which they're going to build over the next couple of years, which is very exciting. You have the ECB, they're creating the digital euro. They have created a two-year plan, which is very exciting as well. And then, I mean, we have some news that Whales are bigger players, such as Keith. They have hundreds of thousands of Bitcoins, and myself, right? We wish, but they have been selling quite a bit of Bitcoin and cryptos. But there's also last weekend, a few days ago, we saw one of the biggest accumulations of other whales. There's quite a both a lot of buying and selling pressure, I would say. So we'll see how far down it does go. We don't know. We can't really give any predictions. A lot of people do that, but no one knows. We do see some support around the 25,000 mark for Bitcoin, though, so we could see where it goes. But we did explain as well. Most people don't have a strategy, and $100 billion got wiped out over the last couple of days. 100 billion because people are not using a stop loss when they're trading. They just use leverage. They borrow money and they go in and then the positions get liquidated. It goes to zero. So do make sure you follow us, be on the Facebook Live, click the link here somewhere, and do make sure you ask your questions about trading and investing, because we are here to help you, okay? Very, very important. So we haven't entered any new. We are diversifying. We're entering again and again as the market goes down. Ending coin, another one, down 73% at the moment. So very exciting to get into these projects at such a discount. Very exciting. So then let's go over to our VCAs as well, all right? So our investing strategy for stocks. So you yet again have a great chance to get into Coinbase. Coinbase is a great company, we think, and obviously it's the biggest exchange. You know that already from watching before. And it's down at the support level. So I think it could be a buffalo maybe, but we are in it as a VCA. Then we have DLTR as well, the dollar tree. Not doing much, not much of a dollar tree, I must say. We should be looking here. But we're waiting, right? Because they're making money. It's a good company. It will come. It doesn't matter for us. We're in this for months to years. Could take some time. And sometimes it's a lot faster. But if you think about it, we really want it to fall down because we want to enter again to get our average price down and enter with more money. So Spotify as well, currently we were up 11%, now we're down to break even, that's how it goes. So you could get in at a good price on this one as well. And HZO, Marine Max Inc., minus 34% at the support still. We've been in this since June, so you can maybe get into this as well if you do your research. Only in quality companies here, quality companies. We're in PASS as well. PASS is currently down from the high. Let's have a look here. This is a silver company, down 27%. So we're waiting until it's down 32% before we enter 30%, depending on when you enter the first time. Then we have Etsy as well. So Etsy, we are around break even still on this. We entered a bit high on this, but it's a strong company. So we'll have a look about this as well. And if you think about it, we have the Delta coronavirus. A lot of people will still be buying online, and it's purely online. And you can buy jewelry, you can buy new vintage stuff, handmade. So it's a very popular site that's really seen a big growth. And then, of course, we're hedged. We also went in a second time into TripAdvisor, because if the economy doesn't close down again, then TripAdvisor will do really well. They're expecting a tremendous growth next year, but do make sure you do your research on this. The last one from last week that we looked at is Schneider National. We are seeing that around the support level still, around here, which is great. So it's down a little bit more than when we got in, right? We got in at the 20%, currently down 24%. So you can get in at a better price than we have. And then the two new ones we have for this week is AG, the First Majestic Silver Corp, down 34% at the moment. So are you investing in this, Keith? Are you investing in gold as well?
Yeah, definitely. So in regards to diversification, I always have one commodity company in my VCA investment. Actually, this time I've got two. So I've got AG and I've got KGC. So they are my two ones that I'm currently invested into, but it's all about diversification, right? You want to make sure that you've got a couple in commodities, you've got a couple in tech, you've got a couple of in finance, a couple in healthcare, because if you see the tech industry have a bearish move, at least you know one of the other sectors will recover, like your commodities, like your healthcare. So this is why diversification is a key point. And it could be diversification within one market, like stocks, or diversification into different markets like stocks, crypto, and foreign exchange. So yes, long story short, I am invested into AG.
Yeah, perfect. And we have PASS, we have AG. You can choose which one that fits you the best. But we're diversified here. We're in some different industry, like Keith is saying. We took some profits on some, and now we're waiting on some. So AG is actually predicted to grow with a massive 46%, right? Because they have 70% of their profits are made from silver mining. So the analysts are expecting silver to grow around 30% over the next couple of years, maybe more, maybe less, right? But they're suggesting that silver will grow. So then the silver companies, PASS and AG, might grow as well. And AG is a great company. It's expected to grow 46% per year over the next 5 years, as an example. Down 34% from the high. And we have been in this before and made some really good profits on AG. So we're in it again, right? So we just kind of rinse and repeat. We're milking these cows, but we haven't milked that many cows today. And then the last one, which is more of a, I'm going to say a wild card. This is ARCT, Arcturus Therapeutics. Now, why am I showing you this? Because if you look at Moderna, and Moderna is well, we know Pfizer, Moderna, they have the COVID vaccines, right? And they have been going up so much. We can see the tremendous growth that Moderna has had or have had. And the reason I'm watching ARCT is because they're also working on a vaccine for COVID, among other things. But they are looking to turn around the boat a little bit now, currently down 42%. I've been in this for a long time, but you might, if just with a small amount, like be careful here, because it's a very, very volatile stock. So you could just do your research, but we're in this with just a smaller amount than I would with, for example, Spotify. All right. So that's it for the investment side of things as well. I just want to go through the results as well. So what we can see here is this week we had a 1% loss on GCO, but we had a 4% profit as well on APPS. So that was amazing. So we're up to a whooping 40% of our Buffalo portfolio this year. VCA haven't really moved much, and the CCA has not moved much either. The small cap not either, right? Because we have been investing as those have been going down. So very, very exciting. So that's it for today's trades of the week, right? I hope you have enjoyed it, and please comment below as well. What do you think? What results are you getting, and what are you getting into as well? Are you enjoying this, that we changed it up, that we have maybe me and Marcus sometimes, maybe we have Keith and Marcus sometimes, and me and Keith and Marcus, well, we rotate. What do you think about that? Comment below. Do you think this is working? Do you think it's good to get other traders' point of view as well? And also make sure you comment below, are you going to join the Facebook Live tomorrow? That's going to be very exciting, because we're going to be able to answer all of your questions live, right? So if you can't see the link around here, make sure you comment Facebook Live below, and we'll send the link to you as well, so you can join and take part of it. And besides from that, right, just make sure you are diversified. We don't want you to go crazy on anything. We have a good discount on cryptos, but we're going to be in this for the next 100 years. So it doesn't matter if you invest now and next week, but do make sure you follow a strategy, and do make sure you are focused on following those rules and learn these strategies, okay? So that's it from the trades of the week, and we are looking forward to seeing you guys in the next trades of the weeks.